Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Bowl TV for continued coverage of the 2021 Junior Gold Championships taking place in Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is Aaron Smith with Bowl TV and USBC Communications, and we are getting ready. It is round number 3. We already have one block in the books from 7 a.m. Our competitors across 6 centers are on the lanes now at 11:30 a.m. local time here in Indy. Ready for their third 4-game block. So after today, all competitors in the U12, U15, and U18 divisions will have 12 of their 16 qualifying games in to determine who's moving on to the advances round and coming one step closer to becoming a Junior Gold champion in 2021. As we get underway here, we'll bring in the Bowl TV crew in just a second, but let's get out to the lanes. We're going to head to Strike Force, where Mike Flanagan is at. He's going to be joining us in just a second to watch the U15 boys competition taking place there. So we're going to go to the lanes first, and then we're going to bring in the man himself, Inside Bowling's Mike Flanagan. There he is, looking cool, folks. Hi,
yeah,
Mike.
hey, I switched my chair around and everything, and so much action going on here. I had to lower it down a little bit, put the shades on. So it's going good over here at Strike Force, and you know what's happening now is competition's getting a little bit tougher here. We're getting closer to a cut. We're past the halfway mark. It's moving day here at Junior Gold, so I moved my chair around, changed my look up a little bit, and we're looking forward to bringing you 4 more games of qualifying here on our 11:30 squad.
All right, Mike. I like the change. It is moving day. Very, very important day here. Of course, we're also at Western Bowl, where Jason Thomas is hanging out at. JT, no shades for JT, but he's looking good as well. So, JT, welcome back.
There is a rule in the Junior Gold rules that you're not allowed to wear shades or any headgear, which, at one point would have been bad for me because I did wear headgear because of braces issues. So I wouldn't have even been able to bowl Junior Gold because I had headgear. But who we are able to bowl are the U18 boys that are here, 2 squads of them in my center today at Western Bowl. And we talked about moving day. If you look at the standings, Spencer Robarge kind of low down in the standings. He's in the 60s, which A is surprising, but B just shows you how good the field is here. You have a kid who made the TV finals in the USBC Masters, who's performing at the top of his game, and he's after 2 days in 66th place. So shows you what great talent we have here at Junior Gold.
Spencer has spent his first 2 days here at Expo Bowl, so he's been on A side and B side. That's where I'm at. We have U15 girls on both sides of the house right now. So Spencer probably okay getting away from Expo for a couple days, but obviously you got to make your way back here to make a long run in the event. So something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, Spencer 2 days here at Expo already, so change of pace for him on days 3 and 4. The 4th member of our broadcast crew coming to you from All-Star Lanes, Curtis Von Kruger. There he is. Curtis, what's up?
Fellas. Got a lot of live action here. U12 coming at you here at All-Star Lanes. House full of the ladies as the U12 girls division takes the lane on both the A side and the B side of the house. Looking to make some moves here, as Mr. Flanagan put so eloquently. It is moving day, and it's time for these young ladies to put down their best scores in hopes to make that final or that first cut as we approach the final day of qualifying. Looks like a little bit of a longer pattern today, and we'll see how they navigate. The current leader in the U12 division is L'Oreal Tharps from Orlando, Florida, averaging just about 170 right now. So we'll see if anybody can fire off some big games and position themselves to maybe combat or fight for that top spot.
All right, folks, as you heard, we're at 4 different centers right now. We have 4 channels available at each, 16 lanes covered. So 64 lanes currently being live streamed across Indianapolis at 4 separate houses. So those channels available through the navigation on bowltv.com. For those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube are going to be here with the U15 boys at Strike Force here to kick things off. So we're going to go full screen. We'll never know if Mike keeps his shades on or not, but we are ready for the action. Mike, we are heading to your center.
Yeah, I appreciate
a little bit more about how things are going over there.
Yeah, well, we're known as the center of awesomeness. That's what we call ourselves the first day. Neil Milligan came up with that. Neil's been over here. Of course, she's our on-time machine. We start and end on time every squad, unless there's a traffic accident like we had yesterday. But things are going well over here. I got to tell you, the entire staff here been great to work with over here. We got 32 lanes total here in the center, which I kind of like the quaintness over here. I think I got the smallest center out of all of us that are streaming here. We're not using lanes 1 and 2, so that means we got 30 lanes here, and we got 16 of them here on the live stream for you. We are getting things started over here on lanes 11 and 12, as you mentioned, Aaron. We have Aiden Furukawa, who's had himself a nice start to the tournament, along with Logan Yar. Also bowling with Curtis Sweezy on lane 11. Over on lane number 12, we got Kingston Corpus. And Matthew Yazel. Next door over on lanes 9 and 10, we've got Ethan Kraus for you. Also on lane 9, Dylan Jablonski. And Braden West. Over on lane 10, we got Enrique Navarro. Nicholas Brown. And Dawson Dillon. So that's who we got started with here for you today. Here are lanes 9 through 12 at Strike Force.
Mike, you mentioned it's moving day, and I think it's important to, as we look ahead, start talking about the numbers and how these cuts are going to work moving forward. Once again, all competitors will bowl 16 games of qualifying, 4 each day for 4 days, so that first cut's going to come Thursday night, and the advancers will be bowling Friday. Since we're watching the U15 boys division, we start with 630 participants, and we'll cut to the top 90 for the advancers round on Friday. Those 90 players will bowl 5 additional games before they're cut to the top 56. Then another 5-game block and 26-game pinfall totals will determine the top 16 for match play. On the U15 girls side, 298 participants to start. Their advancers round will be 43. They'll cut to 28 and then to the top 16. The U12 division is the one that works a little bit differently here at Junior Gold. They still bowl the 16 games, the 4 per day for 4 days, but they only have a final advances round, which is 4 games, and then they move on to match play, which takes 8 instead of 16 players. In the U12 boys division, 195 participants will be cut down to the top 28 for the final advances round before we bowl another 4 games, and 20-game pinfall totals will determine the 8 players for match play. The U12 girls, 92 participants. Final advances round will feature 14 and then down to 8 for match play.
Aiden Furukawa up here on the right side of your screen. Watch this follow through. Who's that look like? It's a little Belmo here. Aiden comes into the day in second position in the tournament standings here, the U15 boys. Bowled 899 yesterday. Bowled games of 216, 180, 255, and 248. in his opening round of qualifying. Both games of 210, 181, 193, and 254. So he's got 3 games in the books over 240 already through 8 games here at Junior Gold.
Results and more available, bowl.com/junior gold. That's where we are getting them from. And for the folks watching on bowltv.com, you do have access to those. If you're in the chat, you have a few tabs available above the chat. The one in the middle will take you to our results page. It has U12, U15, U18, and of course our U20 already in the books. Last week, Cameron Crowe and Brooke Roberts winning the titles in the U20 boys and girls divisions. Getting back to the cut numbers real quick for U18 boys. The largest division here at Junior Gold, 1,166 participants will be cut down to the top 167, and then the top 64, and then 16 to match play. 558 players in the U18 girls division cut to 80, down to 52, down to 16. We're always talking about celebrities we're seeing here at Junior Gold and big names in the bowling world. And fortunate to say, I've seen 2 PWBA Tour superstars here already. Shannon O'Keefe and Danielle McCune, both at Expo Bowl. Shannon along with Team USA head coach Brian O'Keefe checking out the action. Past USBC president Carl Keelik here as well. We actually have 2 past USBC presidents. Darlene Baker is also a volunteer working here at Expo Bowl. So big thank you to Darlene and all the volunteers for their hard work this week. And we even got Tony Franklin from the Outer Range podcast joining us. His daughter competing on the lanes as well right now.
I just got a notification in my feed of 3 years ago. I believe we were in Dallas at Junior Gold, and Tony Franklin was up the Master of Ceremonies at the American Airlines Center. Not going to lie, I'm still a little upset with Tony for beating me out for that gig. I applied for that. Found a couple finalists, and Tony beat me out for that one. I'm completely kidding about that. I just hope that he hears it.
I figured it was because you couldn't wear sunglasses at night, and we were planning to wear sunglasses at night. Mr. Corey Hart.
Something like that. Hey, Aaron, are we streaming anywhere besides Bowl TV currently?
Are we streaming anywhere besides Bowl TV currently? Yes, we are on Facebook, the USBC Sport of Bowling page, the Youth Bowling page, and the YouTube Bowl TV channel.
So essentially we're simulcasting at the moment?
Simulcasting. That's what the kids call it, yes.
Well, cool. Hey, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Glad you're watching Junior Gold. We've been giving some sneak peeks here and there of a game or so. And the reason why we do so is it's kind of like when you go to the mall and you're trying to decide what you want to eat at the food court. And all those people are kind of walking around with those free samples. You take a taste and you're like, oh, man, I want some more of that. And then you kind of, you're like, all right, well, they got me. They got me for the $11.99 2-meat platter with rice or something. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do here, folks. Trying to give you a little taste. Show you what we do here on Bowl TV. And the one thing you can't see here that we're doing, that all the folks that I'm seeing in the chat interacting here within the Bowl TV platform, is choose up to 16 different streams, 64 total lanes coverage. It's a record for us. We've got more coverage this year. Would love to have every lane for you. But it would almost be like having every blade of grass at a baseball game at this point. We're working on it, though. And all the positive comments that have come in about our expanded coverage this year. We thank you so much for that. A lot of hours, a lot of time goes into this, but we love it. And it's been fun hanging out with my cohorts here on Bull TV, all of us at different locations, bringing you the coverage. So if you like what you see here and you haven't subscribed to Bull TV, head over to bulltv.com. I suggest the package that is monthly. The monthly package, I believe, is the best deal, because that's how I pay for Netflix. I pay for Hulu, all the different things. And, man, I can only imagine if when I was younger, I could have had a bowling channel that broadcasts off of this one for the cost of a Soundgarden CD. And I used to go to Best Buy and buy CDs like it was going out of style, DVDs as well. And nowadays, they've built it all into subscription services. I used to spend like $120 a month on CDs and probably another $120 on DVDs. And now I just pay for Netflix and all these streaming things, Spotify. I'm one of the idiots that pays for Apple Music and Spotify because I like shows on both of them that are available. Anyway, I got way off on a tangent here, folks. If you love bowling, subscribe to Bowl TV. We'd love to have you, because the best is yet to come here this week as we make cuts and we get to the Snuff Better Finals. We bring it to you here on Saturday. And also, if you do the monthly option, which I do prefer, PWBA is right around the corner as well. A lot of bowling on tap here. So, JT, take a look at Aiden here, buddy. Look at this follow through, and tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how much you think the follow through emulates Jason Belmonte here on the right side of your screen.
Mike, I'll have to admit I was watching the wrong channel, so I'm about 30 seconds behind.
Oh, okay.
So
No
give
problem.
me a second here. I haven't seen him throw it yet. I'm watching on Bull TV instead of StreamYard. Yeah, that's pretty Belmonte-like.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a bad style to copy. You know, a lot of people Gene Koenig did an excellent story that was published earlier today on bowl.com, and we pushed it out via social as well. So check that out if you want the latest notes on the event. But he had a little section in the story today about two-handed bowling and how, 20 years ago there were no two-handers. 10 years ago there were a few, but it was still a novelty. And nowadays there's too many to count, literally, in the field. And so what's interesting, though, is that now there's so many different styles of two-handed bowling. And so there are fundamentals with two-handed bowling just like there are fundamentals with traditional bowling. And I found it very interesting that we did an interview with Mark Baker a few years back and asked him which players he thought had the best fundamentals as one of the top coaches in the world. And he mentioned 3 or 4 players, and Jason Belmonte was one of the players he mentioned as having the best fundamentals.
I could see that.
And, the reason for it is, if you're familiar with Mark Baker's system and style of coaching, he has certain positions that he looks for in a bowler's game, and realizes if those positions vary from, traditionally who are the best and most consistent bowlers, then if you can fix that part of your game, you'll improve. And Jason Belmonte just has perfect positions, at every point in the game. Now, everybody's got, their own little quirks that they work on. Sometimes maybe I know Chris Barnes, in television situations, he would get his spine tilt going a little too far forward, and he would miss the ball a little bit, and then he would make adjustments off of a bad shot. and got him in trouble on television from time to time. So everybody's got their own little thing that they've got to work on, and then depending on what you're bowling on, you might make a little tweak to your physical game in order to hit a certain pattern. Like, for example, if you want to go straight, you might close your shoulders to the target a little bit in the physical game just to help you, close your angles down. But if you've got those fundamentals, it just allows you to be so versatile and play so many different angles and lines, and avoid the slumps that can come up every now and then and cause you to bowl badly. So, Jason Belmonte, he's a great player to emulate.
We got some big games up here on the board left. Aiden still got 216. Got some 240s available over on the left. Aiden finishes with 191 here.
Really does roll it nice.
Oh, he sure does. Dylan Jablonski has an opportunity to bowl in the 240s, by the way. Over on 9 and 10. Yeah, his follow through is just like Belmo.
It is very, it's eerily similar, but eerie in a good way. But think about all the power players, Mike, in our compared to these competitors, our advanced age bracket. And although I certainly did not follow any type of power player, but you talk to players and, they develop their game by watching, Mark Roth just do his thing and, kind of the essential power player that so many players built their game off of over the years and saw what Mark did to a bowling ball and wanted to do that and found ways to do that. And now, this next generation, there's certainly no one better to model your game after you're a two-hander than the guy who's had the most success doing it over the course of the past 10 plus years now on tour. It's been incredible to watch the progression. Obviously, more players come on tour over the past couple of years to find success. So it froze up here for a second. And we're back. Oh, that 9 pin. Downright mean. Some nice carry there, though. As a reminder, as we wrap up game number 1 here, the good folks watching on Facebook and YouTube, this will conclude our sneak peek here at game number 1 from Strike Force.
Dylan Jablonski finishes with 223, guys.
It's a nice little start right there for Dylan. Dylan has averaged 171 so far for his first 8 games, so it's going to be a step in the right direction toward trying to make a run at this cut number. But the folks watching on Facebook and YouTube, this is going to be us signing off from the 11:30 a.m. squad. But don't worry, the action will continue on bowltv.com. Once again, 16 channels available to watch from 4 of the centers here being used for the Junior Gold Championships. Expo A, Western, All-Star, and Strike Force.
Can I do a proper sign off here?
Absolutely, Mike.
Okay, you guys ready? This is my audition tape right here. Once again, everyone, you've been watching continuing coverage here at the Junior Gold Championships 2021 edition. We are in Indianapolis, Indiana. By the way, we're not in Illinois, everybody, in case you were wondering. And you've been watching a sneak peek of what we offer here on Bowl TV. 16 total channels if you want to sign up and join over at bowltv.com. You can join Curtis Von Kruger, my man Aaron Smith, and of course, the hardest working man in bowling is what he's called. His name is Jason Thomas, and he'll be with you for the rest of the afternoon as well, all throughout the rest of the event that concludes this Saturday, the 17th. Again, my name is Mike Flanagan, signing off here on Facebook and YouTube. You've been watching continuing coverage of Junior Gold Championships here on Bowl TV, all rights reserved 2021. Have a good day, everybody. Okay, folks, and we are back now here just on Bowl TV. Our subscribers, we love you guys. See you guys chatting it up in the chat. Thanks for all the feedback as always. Good, bad, and different. All good. All good right here. Throw your hands up in the air when you're going to pick a spare, and that's what we got going on right here. I do love how a lot of these youth bowlers show their emotion on the lanes. It's pretty awesome. Yesterday, we put out some really cool clips on all of our social channels. Had a lot of fun yesterday. It was, I think we called it at the end of the day, it was the day to be grateful for just having this event back. You know, we didn't have it last year. And with everything everyone has gone through over the course of the last year, as we dealt with, I'm not going to say what it was. We all know what it was. This is a celebration to be back. Not only just that we have a bowling event going on, but that we're back. Society is coming back. We're all able to get together again and celebrate talent. These kids coming out here, many of them trained and prepared to bowl last year and couldn't come. And how about those that couldn't compete last year and now they're not allowed to compete because of ages? Folks that missed out on their last year of junior gold. I am thankful that we are back. And that was our theme yesterday. And we saw it on the lanes. And we're seeing more of it roll over today. Lots of two-handers.
No hook at all. No fire. All that. To the red ball. Put a stride in the bag. Okay. The finger doesn't hook at all. Zero.
I do have a standings update after game number 1 over here. Cooper Phillips, U15 boys, 243 is opening game. Dylan Jablonski, 223. James Drehobel, 219. Ethan Kraus, 215. Connor Harns, 212, along with Zach Wassam, also both 212. Colton Kilbreth, both 208. Charlie Hunt, both 204. Roman Copperroll, both 202. Alexander Ellis and Angel Rodriguez, both 201. And Brooks Golden, 200 is his score. We've got 11 players here that average 200 or better. $78 total players on the squad.
You know how to do it. Get it right over there. Have it on you. Good ball. Good ball, Corey. Good ball. Troy. Good ball, Troy. Right there's your shot. Keep it there. Hey. Now you're not throwing the ball right. Throwing the ball right. Your kid down there too? guys from? Where's the pin behind you? Perfect ball shade right there. 36 more. Dirty bird.
Know that.
I know. Have fun, relax, and roll.
Coming down the stretch here in game number 2 of 4 qualifying here. Second squad of the day, 11:30 squad. Another one here for you today at 4 o'clock. And again at 8:30 this evening. As you're watching continuous coverage of the third round of qualifying here from the Junior Gold Championships. We're watching the U15 boys here at Strike Force. Strike Force lanes 9 through 12 currently is the channel that we're on. We have 16 total for you.
Will, you're done early all the time. 300?
Looking the whole lane at the spare.
Looks like you got some friction on those outside boards there, Mike.
Got a few. Got a few today at least.
Just took a walk around the Expo Bowl, the U15 girls are competing here at the 11:30 a.m. squad. Just watched our one of our players tied for the lead after round number 2. Milia Mitskovich from Pennsylvania. She had a big 258 to kick off her round yesterday on her way to an 843 set. She's had 2 sets that have been over 800 so far, and she's looking to do it one more time. Just fired off a nice 249 in game number 2. So she's plus 43 for round number 3, so very consistent so far. Actually just posted a video of her to our Instagram story if you'd like to see her roll the ball. All 3 in the 10th for that 249. Mike, I know you're at a U15 center as well right now. I'm very impressed at the number of collegiate coaches I see here in the U15 division watching these young athletes who are still obviously a couple years away from being ready to join the collegiate ranks, but coaches doing their homework and players have been preparing and training and dedicating their time, and to get ready to showcase their skills.
Absolutely.
We're now up to at least 3 PWBA Tour champions in the facility here at Expo. Saw Josie Barnes, the associate head coach at Vanderbilt, and John Williamson as well in attendance. And current USBC president, Melissa McDaniel, as well. Has a big youth program over there at Buffalo Lanes North in Raleigh, North Carolina. A lot of competitors from their group in the field this week as well.
Game 3 underway here.
Go, boys. I don't want to go. Right, get 2. 158. What's wrong with that? Pick it up. You got to get that rip off that much. He should have tried it and he hooked. I told him for the I would have thrown it. I would throw the spare ball, his work ball, and only, and everything else I would throw with that level.
Wrapping up game number 2 on these few pairs here, but we do have most of our competition here at Strike Forces in game number 3. As we're about halfway through competition here of our second squad of the day. Got a special treat for everybody who's watching here. Figured we'd bring in a guest. I've been efforting to get some guests throughout our qualifying squads to offer some insight. And our next guest coming up is someone who is no stranger to Junior Gold. He's a 2-time champion of Junior Gold, 2013 and 2017. And he's the 36th human being in the United States to have bowled a 900 series. I'm talking about, of course, the one, the only, working on getting these things up here. Wesley Lowe joining me.
Hi, Mike.
What's up, Wes? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
You know, it's Junior Gold, buddy.
It's the most stressful week of the year. That's what I thought of it.
Yeah, it is. It is stressful. Of course, there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. Where are you at right now?
Well, since this is Bold TV and it's a premium to be on it, I'm going to let your viewers know that the inside information that I've moved to Arizona, Tempe to be specific, and I'm currently at B3 Performance Training Facility, which is our newest training facility in the bowling industry. And its owner is Mike Calderon and Brandy Calderon, and this is my new home. This is where I work. This is where I practice. This is where I'm going to get ready for the PBA Tour.
So you moved to Arizona, huh?
I have, yeah. 6 years in Wichita, man, and now I'm in Arizona.
How does your mom feel about that?
She doesn't like it. I'm too far from home still. No, she loves it. She thinks it's great for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit closer to home than Wichita, so.
Yeah, 5-hour drive is much better than the 5-hour flight or 20-hour drive I would have had to take to go back home.
Exactly, and I think right now, aren't you on a similar time zone to your mom right now too? Isn't it West Coast there?
Yeah, exactly. So like whenever she's going to go to sleep, at least I'm on the same time zone and I'm not already asleep. So she'll be like, "Good night, talk to you tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, me too." At least I can respond now.
Yeah. So Wes, let's go in chronological order backwards here. You're the 36th player to bowl a 900 series. Did you ever think you were going to be one of those folks that would bowl 3 perfect games in a row?
Never. It's a dream. You know, you can only imagine doing that, but, you know, there's still luck on your side. You got to throw some really good shots. Never thought in my life would I do that. I think the most I've ever had in a row was like 18 or 19.
Now, what were I'm sure you had a few breaks in there. Any breaks in particular that you can remember from that 900?
I think the 27th shot, which was the first shot that I really thought that I could shoot 900. I tugged it inside. I turned around and I said, "All right, well, this is it. I'm done. I'm not going to shoot 900 now." I got lucky, I think, because I never watched the ball, but it went 10 back, they said. And the 36th shot, I like flailed it as far left as I could, threw it 100 miles per hour, and I was like, well, that's how you get 6. It came back and it struck.
Wow. Were you nervous on that last one?
100%. 100%. I was nervous that whole 10th frame.
Really? Was it more nerve-wracking than anything else that you've done?
For sure. For sure. Because
Really?
I think that's a once in a lifetime thing. I don't think it's as common to try to get to 30 strikes. You can work your butt off as much as you want, but to get 36 strikes in a row, you can't even do that in practice. Like, if it happens in practice, then kudos to you, but that's pretty tough accomplishment.
Yeah, even more pressure and more nervous than throwing shots on TV for junior gold or representing Team USA or that U.S. Amateur.
100%. I still think that's the toughest thing I've ever done.
Do you think building that lane in the backyard helped you get the 900?
Of course. All the one-step drills I did, all the times I'm all hooked early and rolled out, of course. It got me sharper.
That's pretty good. Wes, we saw you here at Junior Gold. You were here at the trade show signing autographs over at the Motive booth. You're now with Motive. What was your experience like here at Junior Gold for you this year?
Oh, it was a blast. So, I mean, in the past, I got to work with you at Junior Gold, and we did the vlogs and everything. But, you know, this year being a pro and to be on the other side of it, to see the happy kids' faces, to see them be really excited about Mullen Junior Gold. I mean, I asked almost every kid this year in the booth, I said, is this your first Junior Gold? And they said, yeah. And the same response was, I'm either nervous or I'm super excited. And it's crazy to see the younger generation have that same feeling that I did when I was bowling Junior Gold, and to know that, you know, they're super excited. They're getting ready for the biggest tournament of their life. I think it's so cool to be able to see that.
Yeah, no doubt. Now take me back to 2013 when you won Junior Gold for the first time. What was it like? You know, that's 8 years ago, man.
I feel old now. If I'm feeling old, I might be making you feel old.
Oh, you're definitely making me feel old, buddy.
You know, I was 14, 15 years old, so I was fairly young. So there wasn't a lot of expectations. It was to go out there and try to bowl my best and see what happens. And, you know, going into the last block before the match play, I wasn't even in the top 16. I think I was hovering around like 16, 17, 18. And I bowled an okay block and I made the cut or made the match play. And I was like, oh, that's cool. 15-year-olds making the match play. Let's try to make something of it. And so one of the things that I really remember is that I kind of got in this zone of like getting ready, you know, try to beat these guys that are older than me, like the college guys. And then I think I won my first 2 matches. In my third match, I was freaking out. And actually, my boss, Mike Calderon, I went up to him, and I'm 15-year-old me. I'm flailing my hands like this. I'm like, I don't know what to do. My ball's not going to hook. And, you know, he just kind of like mentally talked to me, and he said, hey, you know what? You've already got this far. Like, just go out there and bowl. And then he made some surface adjustments on my balls, and all I remember was I shook hands with Ryan Zagar, and I went up to my parents, and they gave me a fist bump and a hug, and I was a junior world champion for the first time.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And that was in the U20, and you were 15, right?
I think so, 15 or 16.
Yeah, that's cool. And then in 2017, you know, you were kind of the guy, kind of the favorite to win Junior Gold. And I know you had heard that. You had a pretty big gallery following you around. And you pulled that one off. What was special about 2017?
A lot of things. I wanted to win Junior Gold for a second time after that first one, and I knew I had a lot of time to do that. But the big thing about that was, one, my dad was fairly sick, so I didn't know how much more time I'd get to see him or have him come watch me bowl. And all he ever wanted me to do was go out there and be the best bowler I could be. And you know, I grinded my butt off because Junior Gold's not an easy tournament. I got onto the match play and I lost my first match. And I'm like, well, one, I'm probably disappointed in my parents. And two, like, this stinks. Like, that's a terrible feeling. Now you got to get out of the loser's bracket to try to win. And that's 5 matches or so to try to get on that TV show. And, you know, I had a bunch of support from my friends, my family, and everybody. And, you know, to get on the TV show was pretty cool, but to win it for the second time and, you know, have my parents behind me, I thought that was amazing. And that's like one of the most special things about that junior gold that I'll never forget. And you know what? There was like probably 20 people, close friends to mine, were like, hey, you got to go adult. You got to go adult. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go adult. I want to try to win junior gold another time. And I know my parents don't want me to go adult. There's plenty of time to be an adult bowler. But there's only, X amount of years that you get to bowl junior gold. And you know what? It made use of my last year.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, everybody, talking it over with Wesley Lowe here. He's the 2013 and 2017 U20 boys champion of junior gold. Also has done vlogging here from junior gold. He's also signed autographs as a pro here this year. He just came off his the 36th 900 series in the history of USBC. And Wes was nice enough to spend a little bit of time with us now. He's living in Arizona. He's doing work with Mike Calderon at a training facility out there and getting ready for the PBA Tour. So let me ask you this, Wes. What are your plans the rest of the year on the PBA Tour? Are you bowling all the events?
I am. Yep. We start next week in Lubbock. And so I'll bowl every single event. And then after that, just a bunch of regionals because there's no real schedule anymore after the summer tour. So I'd love to say come out something. I'll definitely be bowling all the regionals that I can, working my butt off in this training facility to try to practice and get sharper, because even if this year's a failure, then at least there's next year. And I know exactly what I got to learn in order to be better for the next year.
I know you've got your YouTube channel now. You've got quite a few videos out there. You got a couple of them with some pretty nice view counts out there. How many subs do you have now?
It's over 10,000 now. And I didn't even know that. My buddy told me about it. I took a little break.
Well, if you want to follow what Wesley's doing, you should check him out on YouTube. Wesley Lowe's YouTube channel. Just type in Wesley Lowe. You'll be able to find it pretty quickly. You've done some nice work there. Are you going to continue to put out content for people moving forward?
I will, yeah. I wanted to get my life together, finish that master's degree, really focus in on my bowling game because it was a little bit of a struggle over the last year and a half or so. And so, get my priorities straight. And now my priorities are pretty straight. I got a job working for Mike. I get to practice in the morning. I get to go work out. And then I get to go bowl tournaments when I'm available, or not when I'm available, but when tournaments are available to me. So now I'm kind of settled down, and soon I'm going to start pumping out some videos. And hopefully they're as entertaining as people say they are. I don't think so, but people love them, so I'll keep going with it.
Yeah, Wes, obviously every year at this event we see new talent. We see talent from earlier divisions grow into new divisions and develop with all the training facilities, coaches, junior programs, SYCs that now exist, all these organized youth tournaments. What do you think about the future of bowling as we make a switch real quick over to Western Bowl here on our screen? We've got some great things happening over there, which we'll get to here in just a moment. But Wes, what do you see out there on the talent level?
Sure. I think the future's bright, and I'm kind of scared to see some of these youth bowlers come out and bowl against us on the PBA Tour. There's so many good bowlers, and there's so many superstars that you see on social media all the time, winning and crushing events. Like, I watched Junior Gold this week, and I'm watching the scores, and I'm like, I don't think I struck this much during Junior Gold ever. So, to see them strike more than us back in the day, either the patterns were harder for us, which I don't think so, or the talent of the youth bowlers are getting way better than what we had when we were bowling. So I really do think that the future is bright, and these youth bowlers are going to start kicking all our pros' butts pretty soon.
Yeah, speaking of kicking butt, over here on the right side of your screen, we've got a young man by the name of Carson Street. And Carson opened up this block today with 276.
Dude, what the heck? That's what I'm saying. I never saw that during my junior gold time.
Yeah, 576 over here at Western, and JT's got a camera on it here for us. So we'll get a chance to watch him bowl. He'll be up here in just a minute. But yeah, that speaks to what you're talking about. I mean, everybody's able to watch like videos like yours, videos that USBC puts out, videos I put out. And you can learn so much about bowling by just watching YouTube videos these days. I wish you had some of that. So don't you say you didn't. but I didn't have any of that kind of cool stuff when I was growing up.
You know what? USBC is doing a very good job for us youth bowlers and even us pros to prosper in our bowling industry. So it's pretty awesome for sure.
All right, I'm going to have you break down Carson's game here as soon as he's up. Looks like we're going to have just a second, so we'll squeeze in another question before we let you get out of here in a couple of minutes. But, they're only allowed 5 bowling balls to be checked in here at this event.
Okay.
What 5 balls would you recommend people checking in? You don't have to be specific with the names of the balls, just
sure
what you would do.
Sure. I had the fortunate time of being able to throw 5 balls as well, so I knew how to try and pick them. And if I was a youth bowler and I was bowling junior gold for the first time, the way I would pick my balls was I would have one urethane ball because everyone throws urethane. I would have plastic ball or I would think of plastic ball if my spear shooting wasn't as good with the urethane ball. But then I'd have probably 2 controllable benchmark bowling balls. One solid, maybe 1 pearl for the breakdown. I would have a strong ball for like the long patterns, and then I'd have a weak ball just in case they break down. But there's only 4 games. That's the other issue, is that there's not a whole lot of breakdown or transition in 4 games and 5 on a pair. So a lot of controllable bowling balls is what I would do, because you don't need to do anything crazy. You just got to keep yourself in the hunt. And when you have a good block, you just go after like Carson's doing and just shoot 570.
Yeah, Carson's got a really sick game here, but he just looks like he's just being very methodical and going through the motions here. Like, it's absolutely not difficult at all as he stretches the rack on the right lane. We'll stick around and we'll watch another shot before we let you go. Wes, I know you're involved with a lot of companies, and you've kind of moved around ball companies, but who are the folks that you support and support you?
The folks right now that are supporting me is Motive Bowling, Vice Inserts, Genesis Bowling, Dexter Bowling, obviously B3 Performance, the place I'm at right now, and bowlingball.com. All those guys, they're the reason why they can be out on tour. They're always supporting me, shooting me texts, telling me, good luck, bowl well, represent well, and those guys are some awesome people out there. And I truly am thankful for every single one of them right now.
So if people wanted to come to Mike's place there, are you giving lessons? Are you drilling balls? What is it that you're doing there?
Well, Superstar Cortez Shank is actually giving lessons right now. But if someone asks for me, I'm sure I can do a lesson. But yeah, I'm drilling bowling balls, man. Mike has all his customers, but that's all for pickup. And some of it's for me and some of it's for Mike. Just drilling bowling balls and helping other people out in this industry.
I didn't know you knew how to drill balls.
10 years almost, man.
Really?
Yep.
I guess Neil Lau taught you, huh?
My best father, man. Best second father.
All right, bud. Let's take a look at Carson Street. We'll let you break down his game here up on lane 33. Get ready to bowl. Again, if you're just joining us, we're talking with Wesley Lowe. 300-276 start for Carson Street. Of course, switching pairs after every game. Starting really far to the right here, Wes.
Are they bowling on short? I mean, obviously we don't know, but it looks like it's been short.
Boom.
He's gonna shoot another 300.
But look at this reaction right here. He's got 290 left. Fair double.
Okay, I didn't see the spread. I thought it was a 3-bagger.
If that would have been you up there throwing that strike, we'd have seen you bouncing around, head looking around, probably one direction, another direction, just kind of strutting your stuff walking back. But not Carson. He just, thanks for noticing me, walks on back.
Yep. No, kid looks fundamentally sound. His emotions aren't high or low. He's trying to stay calm the whole time, it seems like. So, he's got a really good game going for him right there. I can understand why he shot 570 his first 2.
He's kind of like Chris By on the lane. He's very, very content.
Level-headed, doesn't ride the waves of emotion. I like it.
Maybe you need to do that a little bit more so we can get you a win on tour.
All right, I got 2 weeks to work on that.
We need to see you on tour. I'm looking forward to seeing you be the showman on television. If you made a telecast, you got anything that you could share with us that maybe you would do?
that I would do. Well, I was pretty quiet on my first one. So, I don't know. I think when the time comes, I'll think of something. Maybe I'll bring the camera and start vlogging when I get on.
That's a good idea.
Right? Something different.
All right, well, we'll stick around for one more shot, and we'll let you get out of here. Appreciate you spending some time with us here, Wes, for sure. Just coming on impromptu.
You're welcome, boss.
A lot of bowlers here this year, man. I know you were signing a ton of autographs over there at the trade show.
It's crazy.
A lot of parents here. Bowling center's packed right now, I got to tell you.
Really? Man, I wish we stayed longer, or I stayed longer, because, you know, Junior Gold was one of the tournaments I looked forward to every single year I bowled. So to see how it keeps growing and growing every year, it just makes me want to see it and just, like, witness it.
All right, so here's Carson one more time. I'm going to set the over-under here at 9.5, Wes. You going to take the over, or you going to take the under?
I'm going to take the over. The worst thing that could probably happen to him is you ring 10 pins.
Last shot on this lane, he sent the pins left to right, and they had no chance. Grip to 4 on 33, and boom, 10 back.
I got it. Got the betting odds right there.
We're watching history here on Bowl TV. Hey, Wes, thanks again for coming on and joining me and spending a little bit of time with us here today. Certainly do appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome, boss. You're very, very welcome. Enjoy the week.
Thanks, brother.
I'll see you next time.
All right, have a good one. Thanks, Wes.
Yep. Bye.
That's Wesley Lowe, everybody. Spent a little bit of time with us here, and I've got something else to share, too. I got something else to share. Tell me that. Let me see that again. Okay, so check this out. How long ago was this? Okay, we were at the Tournament of Americas about 4 years ago, right here, and we got a picture. And how old is he now? 17. Oh yeah, come on over here. Get in here. Look at this right here. Come on down. You got to get in the camera here. This is the same guy right here. How you been, man? Good? Thanks for coming by. This is awesome. Are you bowling? Hold on a second. I'm going to do an impromptu interview. All right, I'm here with Edgar Burgos. Edgar, you're in the 17th division. How's bowling going for you so far?
Good. Really good. Shot almost 200 over today. So, you know, we're up there today. We're feeling good.
What does it take you to in the tournament now?
I'm 200 over in the tournament because I was just even, so now I'm 200 over with today's.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming by and spending a couple minutes with me.
No problem.
Maybe I'll see you in match play.
We'll see. That's cool.
All right, they're a little shy up here, but pretty awesome stuff here. $200 over today. A lot of stuff going on, JT. A lot of stuff going on.
Well, I've been following this story here, Carter Street, with possible little 866 if he goes off the sheet.
Yeah, and his name is Carter Street.
Yep.
I was calling him Carson. My bad.
No, it was my bad. That's what it said in the text I originally sent, but Carter Street, and everybody's going to know his name after this 3 games. Man.
Yeah, but we had Wesley Lowe join us for a little bit. I had the standings dropped off from over here after game 2, so I'm going to go through those really quick. Roman Copero has bowled 435 leads over here. Ethan Krause, 423. We're talking about the U15 boys, of course. James Greyhobel, 420 to start. Noah Rowley-Turner, 414. Cooper Phillips, 412. Dylan Murray, 410. And the other player that's plus is Curtis Sweezy, 403. But yeah, what you've been covering over there at Western, JT, what's the buzz like on the ground? I mean, do people know what's going on over there right now with Carter?
Yeah, they do, and it's almost like somebody pitching a no-hitter. I got the news of the story and went over to potentially film the second possible 300 game, and it was almost like the crowd was forming a cocoon around him just so that but he just seems kind of like he's not even, it's not even phasing him. He's just trying to stay in his process, and he's not hooping and hollering. He's just kind of taking it slow and being very methodical, and he's just striking a bunch. And if he can go off the sheet this game, he'll shoot 866 for 3. Just flush every single shot.
Yeah, and FYI, Carter Street was in 302nd place after 2 days of qualifying at minus 46. So he's making a move, to say the least, here today. He's from Dublin, Ohio. Actually, that was after day one, actually. He's 60 under for the tournament, so a little bit better score day 2, 786 day 2. He's in 202nd place coming in today.
I mean, this has to be a record at Junior Gold. I can't imagine anybody shot 866 for 3. We'll have to get Aaron Smith on the case to find out what the all-time 4-game record is as well. We did have Terrell Ingle shoot 1,007 last week in the U20 division for 4. And if Carter were to be able to go off the sheet here, he would just need 142 to beat that.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's crazy.
Again, games of 300. 276 to start his third round of qualifying. Oh, didn't like something.
All right. Loading it back up again. Here we go. For an 8-bagger. Just every shot has been flush.
Is he throwing urethane?
Yes.
You're watching the U18 boys.
You are watching specifically Carter Street, who can throw 3 strikes in the 10th here for an 866 series for his opening 3 games. And it's not like I'm looking up and down the bowling center and seeing 270s every game. I'll read off some of the scores I have in front of me They just finished game 3 here. I got a 201, 174, 179, 127, and one gentleman left to bowl in front of me. He can go spare strike for 158. So, yeah, across 3 different pairs. All right, here we go. Carter Street, possible 866. He's bowled games of 300, 276, and can bowl 290 this game with 3 more strikes in the 10th. Here we go. And just grab that one a touch. Goes high. Leaves a 3-6-10, but still possible 267. And that would be still a monstrous set. 833 if you can make this spare and strike on the full ball. That would be 267. And unfortunately can't make the spare. He hasn't shot very many spares, so understandable. So 255 for Carter that game. That puts him at 821 for his opening 3 games. Congratulations. 2 honor scores in the opening set here for Carter Street. 300 and 821. Started off with the first 20 in a row. And that's going to do it for game number 3. Carter, we'll get you some reports on his final game. He's going to move down to the low end for game number 4. But we'll let you know what he finishes the block with. But now we'll bounce over to one of the other active pairs that we have going in one of our 4 featured centers. Okay, we've got you switched over now to Western 3, which is lanes 43 through, 40, Western, 39 through 42. Sorry, guys. All right, we're watching game number 4 here, second round of the day, second squad of the day, I should say. Day 3 of qualifying here at Junior Gold. And we were just treated to an incredible performance by Carter Street. Started the day with a 300 game, then shot 266, 255 to shoot 821 his opening 3. And now we're watching lanes 39 through 42, which is actually 2 different squads here today. The house is broken up into 2 different squads, lanes 1 through 40 and 41 through 80. And this game, we've got Caden Yarborough, Lucas Littlefield, D'Artagnan Sellers, Nathan Smith, Tucker Orner on 41 and 2. And then on 39 and 40, we've got Ben Abel, Christian Stuver, Connor Steelman Hill, Jaheel Fountain, and Nathan Arias.
Overall? Oh, okay. First time. Big deal. Really strong competition. And we need so. Yeah, I guess so. We have to find some place that will allow you to practice that. It's kind of concrete now. It's not something you can expect. Oh, chop the back of it.
All right, folks, coming to the end of game number 4 here at Western Bowl. And we've got most of our action, actually all of our action in the other 3 centers has concluded for the day and or for the afternoon. We'll have certainly more coverage coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then another squad at 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. But wrapping up here, we do have some action still going on the low end, as we showed in game number 3. Carter Street, he is still on fire. He finished with 8:31 his opening 3, and I just went down and checked on him. He had strike spare 3-bagger here in game number 4, so still got room for an 1100 4-game set if he were to be able to go off the sheet, which would be just phenomenal. And he started the block actually a little bit under -60, and certainly not -60 anymore. When you shoot 8:31 for 3, that'll get you on the right side of plus really quickly. So we'll certainly get more news and share that as we go. We've got video of Carter's 300 game that we'll show on our social media pages between rounds, and we'll find out what he ends up shooting for the 4 and see if he can eclipse the 1100 mark, which I'm not sure if that's ever been done at Junior Gold. So that's going to do it for our coverage here of the second squad of day number 3 here at Junior Gold. I'd like to thank everybody for watching the coverage. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to Wesley Lowe, who came in and talked to us a little bit, former 2-time champion here at Junior Gold, and now star on the PBA Tour. But before we sign off, just want to give some thanks to some folks, the United States Bowling Congress and the USBC Board of Directors, the BPAA and their board. Couldn't do this without their support. Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the USBC. Also Brunswick Motive, Rotogrip, and Storm. Thank you guys for supporting the event, our gold partners. Also want to give a shout out to I Am Bowling, powered by Logo Infusion, the official jersey supplier of Junior Gold. And also the competitors for coming out and competing here this week. They've put on a great show so far, and we've got a few more days of action until we crown some champions this Saturday. And of course, you guys, the Bowl TV community, thank you so much for watching, and hope you're enjoying the coverage, and hope you can join us at 3:30 p.m. East. Or sorry, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern time for our next round. It's easy for me to say. Next round of coverage. But thanks again for watching. This is Jason Thomas, and for Mike Flanagan, Aaron Smith, and Curtis Von Kruger, thank you, and good afternoon. And remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here.